For real, for real. Der brackets, der continue at der/u. Welcome to. Why is everything got to be German with me?
I don't know. German or semen? That's all it ever is. German semen. That's a good band.
No, Seaman German. Like
Seaman German?
He's an admiral. He's part of the Navy. Hello, students of slashU.
Seaman German.
Welcome to the
welcome
brackets.
To We're doing the Slasher Madness bracket.
The Slasher Madness bracket. Slasher brackets. Brought to you by Fushigi Balls. If you want to make people know you're a nerd, grab a Fushigi.
Yes.
Hey, I have a Fushigi laying around here somewhere in our little studio. Right there next to you. See it?
Oh, nice.
That crystal ball next to the skull.
Oh, okay.
No, right there. The skull right there.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's good in an audio medium to point something out visually in the room.
Well, people probably don't remember the Fushigi. It was like kind of, it had like a really, you could look it up on YouTube, obviously, the commercial.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, kind of the testimonial of people on the street. Yeah. That's awesome. It looks so cool. And I learned it like in minutes, you know, and it's just a fucking dick, you know.
So,
these are the same people that play Magic now.
We've,
oh yeah, thank you.
We pumped out, we put out 3. Because, you know, we're doing this Slasher Madness bracket. It's a 16-team bracket. And we got to think of, like, if we just do one matchup a week,
22
it's going to
weeks.
take us, like, 22 weeks to get through this.
I would almost a half a year.
Yeah, so we don't need to do that. So I threw up 3 episodes. Boom, 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 right in a row. On Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, our normal release date. So did you listen to them? I know I did. We threw out Michael.
I thought you were talking to me for a second.
No. So let's rehash everything so far because there's not that many. Our first round was Madman Mars versus Horny the Clown.
Horny the Clown Advanced.
Horny the Clown Advanced. Then we just put out these 3: Michael Myers versus Cletus the Fetus.
Yeah, Cletus the Fetus went.
That was our decision. Did the crowd weigh in at all?
The crowd weighed in. Everyone chose Cletus the Fetus.
Oh, good. You sure there wasn't 1 or 2 who said Michael?
Oh, of course. There's a fucking couple people out there that said Michael Myers, but they just don't know who Cletus the Fetus is.
You have to be realistic about this. I agree. Michael Myers is a fucking legend. He's a beast. Well, we'll get to beasts, but he's a legend. He's dominant over everybody he kills. But if you match him up with Cletus, we felt strongly that Cletus would win that based on the evidence that we presented in that episode. Go back and listen. And then the next day I put out The Beast from Sweatshop versus Funhouse Monster.
And see, thank you for doing that. And also, sorry to interrupt, I went ahead and said The Beast is advancing.
I agree with you.
I don't care, like, if someone's going to come in. If someone wants to call up my phone number, area code 314-1344, you can honestly...
We'll debate.
Give me your reasons why you think some monster in a fun house.
Gunter the Monster was essentially just a guy
who
was born horribly deformed, looking like an alien baby. The Beast also is a guy, but unstoppable.
I want to like see like how the Beast was born, how he became the Beast. What was he like as a teenager?
Right.
The Beast is a beast, and like he's gonna be one to watch in this in this bracket, Andy.
And then the episode we released just Monday was Belial Bradley, our little tumor with arms,
little testicles
from Basket Case versus Ghostface.
Testicles. Yeah,
Ghostface,
you said Ghostface.
I think Ghostface wins because there's 2 of them.
Yeah,
there's 2 guys dressed up as Ghostface.
And before we get into our matchup today,
we didn't say who's winning that one.
Not yet. I still want to put it out to the people because
that's true.
I said Belial, you said Ghostface.
Yeah.
But
we have 2 more matchups in the first, I guess, round of this tournament.
Okay. But before we get into our matchups today, because we're going to...
4 more matchups. Sorry. Yeah. We're improvising here.
But we're getting... we're going to get there sooner than you know. So, I've been talking to Andy about this. I don't know how it popped up on my Instagram. For real.
Okay.
I'm not really into... I like yoga pants and like... You know, I have fetishes. But breastfeeding isn't one of them. It's not. I mean, I know it's part of life, and that's
I'm
rad.
I'm just going to edit in several cuts of you saying the word milk over the last several episodes.
Milk.
Yeah.
No, but for real. So let's get back to it. It's a part of nature. I love it. It's rad.
Yeah.
It should be done in public. No
It's kind of what mammals do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I'm getting these things, and I've been sitting. What the hell's going on?
The algorithm is
the breastfeeding is it's women feeding fake babies so they can show their boobies.
Yeah, and it's a link in bio to my OnlyFans.
Yeah,
probably.
So
here's my breast.
You're allowed to show your breast if you have a baby. It's almost like if you hire a sex worker, you could go to jail. But if you put a camera in front of you having sex with that coworker,
we're filming a porno.
Yes, and that's totally legal. I don't understand the.
Very strange.
It is.
It's because the laws are so ridiculous.
They are. So, Andy, what would happen if I put, like, I'm not going to say but how could I, if they can show their breasts, like, with a baby, I'm not going to put a baby next to my wee-wee.
No,
but
that's definitely a crime.
That is a crime.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, though, there's got to be a way to get around it so I can show my weenus on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like
Instagram purchases Pinterest. Instagram.
But for real, back to it. Like, there's got to, I mean...
Why do you want to do this?
Just to see if I can break the algorithm.
But why do you need to put your penis on Instagram?
Andy, why wouldn't I want to put my penis on Instagram?
I don't know. The same. I asked this question about people who climb Everest. Why?
Well, I mean, it's a goal.
Because it's there.
But isn't it weird, though, that this can happen? Like, you can't show, like, if it's art, you can't show your boob. But if you put a baby next to a fake baby, a blatantly fake baby.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just Zuckerberg and the gang over there at Insta haven't figured it out yet. They haven't figured it out, and I'm sure a lot of those accounts get reported by the Debbie Downers of the world or the party poopers, the real womp-womps, like, this woman is showing her breasts, and that's a fake baby. I'm going to report her. Dude, just move on.
I mean, I've saw on Instagram where they would they would actually take man areolas and put them over and size them down perfectly to women's breasts, and they allowed it. That's fucking ridiculous.
I've never understood the blurring of the nipple. You can, on even regular network TV, you can see an entire breast except the nipple. Like, it's got to be covered.
Not in France.
It's weird.
France are cultured. They drink good wine, they eat baguettes, and they can look at boobs on television.
In Canada, too. The times I've been in Canada, television shows nudity after 9 p.m.
They only show, like, Daniel, or, like, Franz's butt one time on Homicide. It's like, good, I get to see dude butt, which is rad, but I don't want to see old man dude butt.
No.
And what's also weird, too, about Instagram, they got these pause games. So, like, it's girls dancing around, and then, like, for half a millisecond.
It's a frame.
It's a frame of, like, maybe their pubes or their butt, or them in a thong. So it's... I mean, is that breaking the algorithm too? And social media is getting crazy.
Not sure why we're talking about it.
Breastfeeding with fake babies and pause game to see pubes. Anyway, thanks for letting me. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Make sure you know what your kids are looking at on their phones, because
make sure you know what your fucking professors are
exposed to a lot of
looking at.
Yeah, your children are gonna grow up quickly in this world, so educate them.
Do you want to see them grow up to be like Nick and Andy?
Nope.
Yes, I do.
Talk to your kids. Make sure you know what they're doing. Anywho,
let's get to it.
We are slashU. We're a podcast that talks about cheesy, campy, sometimes forgotten slasher movies.
And fake babies breastfeeding.
And other Instagram trends.
Sorry, I thought.
But we've been doing this slasher bracket now, and we're still on, like, the first round of 16 teams. The first 8 matchups, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? So like I said, we've done Madman Mars, Michael versus Cletus, The Beast versus Funhouse Monster, and we did Belial versus Ghostface. Today...
we only have one more round after this.
We have, you and I are going to record 2 today, and then there's 2 more after that before we advance to the Elite 8.
And that's good.
Things should go faster.
We're going to go faster after that. But these are fun. They're short little quips.
It's great.
It's good for us to do this, too, because it makes it quick for us to put out content, even though we're still meeting once a week. It's not like I feel like I have to watch a full movie. And
we're both very busy. You're making Murder Cabin.
And which you are in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're both busy, and I'm going to be needing a lot of your time, which is going to be my time, so these are great. But tonight, we got 2 matches, but the first match we're going to talk about, and then we'll release the other one, because we release 2 every Monday.
Separate, right? Yeah. Should I do a Monday, or should I do one Monday and one Friday, or what do you think?
I don't know. We should maybe call one of our...
if only somebody out there who listens would say what they would like us to do.
I've always said shit like something on
audience member would
hit us up and I'll send you like a free used T-shirt worn by me. And no one ever. You remember we tried to give away that cool hat?
Like, you guys think he's joking? He'll do it. He will do it. Just try it and see. And I'm just checking our email right now. We got a bunch of emails from Acast, the service that publishes our podcast. That's it.
That's nice.
It is nice. They're very nice people.
This they reach out.
Yeah.
Find us on Instagram /U_podcast.
Right.
Email us /UPodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and hit /UPodcast.com, the website. I've put the link to the Kickstarter for your movie up there.
Yeah, come on, dude.
The bracket, the full bracket is up there.
If the 4 listeners gave $20 a piece, Andy, that'd be $80.
That math checks out.
And if you donate $30, you'll get a free Murder Gavin t-shirt.
And that's not a lie. That's not Nick joking around. That's legit. That's happening.
What do you mean? I don't lie.
I didn't say lie. Joking around. So tell us.
Already 10 minutes
We're
in.
doing these short ones. Tell us what we should do. Should we throw up one next week Monday, or every Monday, or 2? Would you like to see the days staggered? I could just throw 2 up the same day.
Yeah, 2 on the same day, or 1 on Monday and like 1 on Thursday. But you know what? I'm just excited to be doing this
because we're in charge.
Because still, I don't care if there's only 2 listeners. This is just fun for me. So I know Stabby's out there listening, Greg. So that's rad. What up, Greg?
Good.
Also donated to the
fundraiser, the Kickstarter. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Good for you, Greg. I know my wife's. We picked up at least 1 new listener. My wife's friend Julia.
Hello, Julia.
Likes these movies. So, today's matchup. This is from 2 of our more recent movies.
Boom, boom, boom.
One's from, I think, season 7 of /U, and one's just from our current season, season 8. We've got, from episode 128 of /U, Thanksgiving, the killer, Jon Carver. The guy dressed as Jon Carver.
Yep.
The first mayor or governor, I think, of Plymouth Colony.
That was exactly. Yeah. You are correct,
Thank
sir.
you. I know some history. And then from episode 134 of /U and 135, we have Laid to Rest.
Chromeskull. We recorded those episodes just this past February, Andy.
Yeah.
And I lost all my notes on Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
When did we record that one?
Probably right around Thanksgiving.
I
know the episode came out on November 29th.
That's cool. Yeah.
Because I was just listening to it in the car on the way over.
Jody's birthday.
Yeah. And Jody's in the episode. You called her from the basement here because she was wrangling the dog upstairs.
Hey, so Andy, this is a no-brainer to me. I mean, what is there to talk about? I mean, I want you to lead, but because I can't find my notes.
This is like a 1 seed versus 16 seed.
This is exactly it. I'm going to be honest. Like, there's no Cinderella story going on here.
Yeah.
Only thing I can say right now, though, is this. All creative kills. All creative, though.
Let's talk Jon Carver first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I want to say about Jon Carver is this.
Right.
We haven't. Chromeskull had 2 sequels. Jon Carver has not yet, brother. Right. He's getting one.
Right.
He's getting one. But again, this story, which is pretty much Scream, except more gorier and set in Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Spoilers, of course, McDreamy is the killer.
Right.
I counted. I mean, there's just a handful of kills.
13.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
had it written here in my notes.
Sorry, but the comparison, I'm talking JC. I mean, it's cool. It was a fun movie to watch if you like the genre. If you were being first introduced to, you'd be like, okay, this is great. But you'd have to watch Chromeskull to really compare each other. Like, what do you think?
Well, Thanksgiving is done by Eli Roth, of course, which everybody likes to metaphorically blow him for being such a gory director.
Gory, yes.
He follows the formula pretty well in this movie. One we pointed it out. One token African American character.
One naughty girl. Let's put it that way.
All the tropes.
Frisky.
The jock,
yes. Very good. Very good.
A lot of the regular kills that you'd see. Jon Carver. I want to point out a principle that we've followed so far in this tournament. Jon Carver is motivated by revenge because his lover and mother of his baby, he was having an affair with one guy's wife.
Yeah.
She's the one who got killed at the beginning of the movie.
That's right.
And
revenge is a dish best served cold.
He goes a year later on his killing spree for revenge. And we have said so far that revenge is like a pretty strong motivator for our killers. That's how Horny the Clown beat Madman Mars.
Ghostface.
That's how Cletus beat Michael Myers. And
we still haven't got Ghostface and Belial. I still think Belial.
I think Ghostface wins that one. But Jon Carver, at the end of the day, is a man. He's just a guy like you and me who decided, I want to go kill.
Yeah, he's the sheriff of the town.
Whereas Chromeskull is not just a guy. He's a little bit more resilient, if you will.
But they both are guys. I mean,
yeah,
Chromeskull, I mean, if we're not mistaken, he had a name, James Chromeo or something.
Yeah.
Chromero.
He just had
Chromero.
Thus his obsession with Chrome.
Do you want to come in my Chromero?
You want to ride my Chromero?
No, but whatever his name was, he was a doctor.
He did Drawn of the Dead. Chromero.
He drove his Chromero to the drive-in to see Drawn of the Dead.
Drawn of the Dead.
Hey, but remember the second laid to rest with his wife?
Laid to rest too. Yeah, at the end of the movie.
The wife. I mean,
she was pregnant.
She wasn't part of Chromeo's death
list.
She had
no knowledge of it.
But, well, I mean, once they told her, like, hey, do you recognize this dude? You know, he did some, like, I can't even begin to count all the kills.
We just counting Laid to Rest Part 1, correct?
I've counted both.
Oh, well, we didn't count the Scream sequels, and we didn't count...
Oh!
You know what I mean?
Very good.
I'm trying to stay consistent.
You are consistent. Yeah. I got nuts because I just started going crazy because I knew...
You got these nuts is what you got, my friend.
I got these nuts in my... I got so excited that I just started going through all the...
Oh, sure. Yeah. But let's be honest here. Chromeskull literally had his face melted off at the end of the first movie and came back. Like we could still acknowledge the sequel. He didn't die at the end of the first movie.
Neither did Spice Boy.
Jon Carver?
Yeah.
No, but what injury did Jon Carver suffer other than just kind of getting beat up, and he was left in a burning building at the end of Thanksgiving, and then he just got out? You know, that happens all the time with these killers. They get knocked to the ground as the building is on fire, and everybody escapes, and then... Of course, they just get up and walk out.
His body was just right here.
It was right here where the building was on fire.
And then he's rounds up driving the ambulance away.
Yeah, but Chromeskull, he got shot. He sewed it up himself. He got fucking stabbed in the eye in the beginning of the movie. He pretty much ignored it. I think he injected some numbing agent or something to keep himself from feeling it. The guy was like a walking tank because... They're throwing everything they had at him, and at the end, they plastered his mask with that super toxic glue, and when he put it on, it burned his face. He ripped it off of his face, peeling off his skin on his face. She fucking hit him with a bat in the head, and he still survived and came back in part 2. So, Chromeskull's just kind of unstoppable.
Chromeskull, I even kind of had this down too. This movie is like if Sweatshop had a little brother and the little brother wanted to impress the big brother. This is what this movie is like.
Okay.
And then it's funny because... Come on, Nick, use your words. You're a writer. You can do this. Chromeskull was such an underrated movie. Like, I had no idea. And I remember how we found it. It was because, Sweatshop said, "Oh, if you like Sweatshop, you'll like this."
Laid to Rest, also from 2009.
Yes. Yeah. Robert Hall is no longer with us. Directed both. He was a practical effects, embodiment, but he then started directing.
We think that's why the part 3 hasn't really done anything yet.
Part 3 was ready to go.
They had a 20. Yes. There's a site I found of 2015 where they had raised the money and they were going to greenlight and go forward with part 3.
Because he was in LA.
It was called Laid to Rest 3 Resurrection or something like that. I forget what it was.
Well, he's still alive. I know Jon Carver's still alive, but I mean, hands down. I mean, I don't know if we have to go over we can't go over all of Chromeskull's kills.
No, we shouldn't. We don't have to.
I mean,
just go back and listen to our episode. It's from February, for God's sake.
But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss the basketball in the net for 2 points. I'm giving this Chromeskull.
Me too. There's no argument here. Even though Jon Carver's motivated by revenge, which we've argued in the past is a pretty strong motivator, he is at the end of the day just a regular sheriff guy. Chromeskull has probably billions of dollars backing him up too. Which I guess I can point out. You can get around the fact that he survived. He's got all this money and a crew who ambulanced him away and patched him up.
Yeah, he had what I thought was his right-hand man in the second one played by Brian Austin Green.
Yeah.
We're bringing up the second one because I still love it. How do we make the surgeons look like they're nefarious and they're working for the bad guy?
Black scrubs.
Black scrubs.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Black scrubs.
I mean, he even had a tattoo artist on retainer.
Right.
So he had money.
So
to me, he had to come from money, and I guess they even in the first one they said that his background probably was surgical.
You'd say he's like the Batman of killers. He's just like billions of dollars.
He's the Bruce Wayne.
Except he's not acting alone. He's got a crew who knows who he is and is, for some reason that we still don't know, is funding his killing.
Well,
we still don't know why he's doing it.
Well, just because he's...
They never really said why he's.
That's why prequels. I don't like remakes. I think if before you do a fucking remake, do a prequel.
Well,
to do something that shows more of a backstory.
We like the backstory here at slashU, but I think that Chromeskull wins this because he's just tougher. He's stronger. He's more resilient. Yeah, he's got all the gadgets. Fucking, he's just a big hulking tough guy. I agree, Andy. And what really kind of tugs at my heart a little bit is that since we're not doing Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees, who would win? Well, since we're not doing that, some people really don't know like Chromeo, or they don't know. They'll probably know Jon Carver. Oh, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Governor of the Pilgrim Colony. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the movie too, because it was like one of the highest grossing slashers that came out.
It was good.
It's
it was really good. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Eli Spooge.
It was very creative deaths, kills. And,
the one I think I remember my Cliff kill. My Dick kill. I think was the roasted turkey. They were carving that. Yeah, Kathleen's leg.
And
cooked alive in an oven, killed for being the wife of the store manager and hiding the true events of the riot.
Do you remember the parade float driver? How he slams on the brakes and the parade float crashed through the back of his truck and into the back of his head. Totally mangled his head.
Unnamed man impaled through the head by a Mayflower float in a car accident.
Yeah. I mean, Jon Carver didn't do that, but still.
He caused it.
Yeah.
Indirectly, he caused it, but he didn't kill him. So, but Lizzie, Manny, Lonnie, Amy, Yulia.
Remember
Lionel?
Yulia? The corn cob holders in her ears?
Yeah, and then she was gutted with a rotary saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chromeskull, he fucking, killed a lot of people too.
I can't. I have his.
I got the whole list in front of me.
Slashed open, jagged knives, face sawed off.
Yep. So, this goes to Chromeskull.
Head sawed upwards from the throat. Come on.
Yeah.
I see the brackets forming.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already had, in my opinion, I think Cletus Aphetus was a number 16 that went up against Michael Myers. He's a, Cletus Aphetus Cinderella.
Yeah.
Cletus had some punch. Michael's just like, I want to get Laurie and eat dogs. That's...
Yeah. Because Michael Myers was a child when he went to the sanitarium and then broke out, knew how to drive a car. You said he knew astrophysics and all that. And he was just fixated on Laurie Strode. And
he was a good dungeon master.
Cletus was looking for a family who shunned him, and then he went off. I don't want to get back on that debate, though. But
No. Yeah. It's good.
It's just...
And since we both agree on Cletus Aphetus, we have a little time. Can we get back to the fake babies and the boobs on Instagram?
We don't have to do that.
Okay, well, here's why. Okay. No, I'm playing.
I think Chromeskull wins.
I think Chromeskull wins, too. So if that's the case, next week, Chromeskull will be taking either be going head-to-head against Maniac Cop or... Andy, Brenda from Urban Legend, which I think is going to be a surprise, too. Brenda's got some...
yeah, that's going to be a tough...
Oof, you're right. That's going to be someone where I have to do some research in the notes, but I kind of like where this is going. Since we have Chromeskull moving forward.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going to put it up for the students to...
I really think, listeners should have a voice, obviously.
But I just don't want them to vote just because they think, it's like when people pick the NCAA, which I'm guilty of. They just pick I like dogs more than I like turtles. So they'll pick, like the Huskies over the Terrapins or, something like that.
Yeah, the Orangemen.
Yeah. I mean, I like Orangemen. I like, I love Trump. I love Orangemen. So I'm going to pick them.
He's from Syracuse, right?
I'm from Syracuse. I like it. It's very good up there. There's things to eat.
He donated to the school. That's why they're the Orangemen.
Yeah.
Remember it was the Syracuse Orange?
Dude, okay, so here in Milwaukee, we have the RNC coming up with the Republican National Convention. So we have this online journal called On Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
It's great. They have an Instagram coming out, and on April Fools, they got me. They fucking got me.
Did they?
Pfizer Forum, RNC has planted a permanent Donald Trump gold statue.
And you were like, what?
I forgot about the day.
Sure.
It seems plausible because of the shit that people want to do.
Sure.
They wanted to put him up on Mount Rushmore. They're trying to get Dulles International named after him.
Okay.
I mean, so anyway, that got me. So,
I'm choosing to focus on the positives. Hopefully, it'll bring a lot of money to the city, which generates revenue for everyone.
Oh, it's going to bring debt. It's going to be protests.
We can help the schools with all the additional revenue, stuff like that.
We were supposed to have the DNC, but then COVID happened.
Right.
Hey, dig this.
Please.
So, guess who's coming up next week, Andy? Guess who we're going to be talking about?
The next matchup.
I
can't say next week. We're kind of all over the place right now. So
my microphone smells better now that I don't drink beer. It doesn't smell like fucking feet and cheese.
And the microphone smells like a beer.
and the microphone smells like some feet.
Tips in my jar and say, man, what are you doing next episode?
Next episode, we're going Stitches the Clown. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Against Victor Crowley.
I'm excited to talk about this one.
Victor, I am too, because I don't want to get into it, but I should do it now.
But yeah, Stitches the Clowns versus Victor Crowley. And then we do still have 2 more first-round matchups. Yes. Brenda from Urban Legend versus Maniac Cop, you mentioned, and Pitchfork from Hayride versus Buddy Bacon. And those...
Buddy Bacon from Slaughterhouse.
Once we're done with those, that will conclude the Sweet 16 round, and we will move on to the Elite 8.
Which we'll probably do the same. I think we could do 2 because...
We'll have less discussion.
We'll have less discussion.
We've already talked about the characters, but we'll have to talk about them in context against the other one.
I mean, sometimes when we do the Elite 8, like, I'm going to put them, like, in... like Minecraft, like they're the only 2 of them there, and like I want to know like who's gonna win.
Who's gonna win?
We
can ask ChatGPT or something.
I've tried that before, and it says it doesn't want to talk about violence.
Oh come on, ChatGPT, grow a pair.
I mean, this is like AI. Like when you're like, hey, I want to see like boobs. It's like no, but I know they have NSFW.
Yeah, I know
AI, but I mean, I just think it's like, why do you need AI to make boobs when you can just go to boobs.com free? AI, I think, is nefarious in the sense that, like, why would people need it? Like, I mean, if you want to say, like, I want to see, like, a unicorn banging, like, does
it have to be sexual? Like, does it always have to be sexual?
Well, NSFW usually means yes.
I suppose, yeah, but any AI, just ChatGPT.
No, I mean, I did for slashU, logos.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people are using NSFW AI to be like,
oh, I'm sure.
I want to see a unicorn banging a centaur.
And you can...
And isn't it weird people would pleasure themselves with that?
That is weird. Can you ask for, like, celebrities? Like, show me Taylor Swift.
Well, they got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That made huge news.
So people can't ask NSFW AI to generate that for you?
Well, supposedly someone did, and they started like generating the pictures. Like,
show me a cartoon Taylor Swift versus
yeah,
cartoon Britney Spears in her prime, and who wins that fight?
That's
spoilers,
just crazy.
Britney.
Yeah. Spoilers, Britney. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right.
With those knives, man.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, so let's sign off. Hey, don't forget, please, if you do, can you go to the Kickstarter that we'll have linked up on slashU probably for the next 2 months. No, actually, we're only live for about another month.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be posting it a lot. T-shirts, cheap. $5. You don't even need to. $5, $10 goes a long way. We're really serious about this film. Please and thank you.
Murder_cabin_movie on Instagram.
Yep.
There's
starting to get more followers, which is crazy.
Kickstarter links. Share it with your friends. We have a fundraiser coming up on, as you hear this, Wednesday the 10th, April 10th. There's a fundraiser at the very famous X-Ray Arcade where we're going to do a little bit of a table read interview with some of the cast members.
Yep. Thank you.
And that'll be an episode of slashU. So if you're in the greater Milwaukee area, please come on out to X-Ray Arcade in Cudahy and on April 10th for that. But if you're hearing this after April 10th, 2024, I hope you had a good time. So that's it, man. That's all I know. Chromeskull moves on. And we'll hit the next one. Until next time, class dismissed.
See you, everybody.